Have you ever stopped to think about how incredible and complex the animal world is? Animal fights, the biggest in the world, are true spectacles of strength, strategy, and survival. In this documentary from the animal kingdom, we will explore the most epic battles and the ingenious tactics that make these clashes unforgettable moments. Imagine witnessing the greatest fights and battles between animals, where every move is a matter of life and death. Through the fascinating stories of predators and prey, you will discover how these animals fight with stunning determination, transforming the wild animal zone into a dynamic battlefield full of surprises. Get ready to dive into a world where the most impressive fights recorded in the animal world reveal the true essence of nature: brutal, beautiful, and relentless. Let's embark on this journey and discover the secrets behind the animal kingdom's greatest struggles. Predators in the fascinating animal world have specialized body structures that make them highly efficient hunting machines. Think of big cats, like the lion, with their sharp claws that can tear their prey apart with a single blow. It's not just brute strength, but also precision that makes his animal fights so impressive. Imagine a bird of prey, like an eagle, that uses its powerful beak to tear apart the flesh of its prey. It's a true battle of the animal kingdom, where every anatomical detail counts for survival. In addition to felines and birds of prey, there are also poisonous reptiles, such as snakes, which have fangs loaded with deadly venom. These fangs are not only for attack, but also a vital defense against larger predators. A fascinating example in the animal kingdom is the fight between an eagle and a snake. The precision of the aerial attack against the reptile's venomous defense. The biggest fights between these animals are true spectacles of strategy and strength, reflecting the complexity of battles in the wild. These physical attributes did not arise by chance. They are the result of millions of years of evolution. Each species, from lions to snakes, has adapted its skills to become the perfect hunting or defense machine within its wild animal zone. The next time you watch an Animal Kingdom documentary, pay attention to these fascinating details. They are the key to understanding how the greatest fights and battles between animals unfold, and why some of the world's largest animals have become true masters of their survival arts. In the animal world, behavioral strategies are as vital as physical characteristics. Predators have developed complex tactics, such as ambushes, group hunting, and stealth, to maximize their chances of success. Take the example of lions, which use coordinated ambush techniques to surround and take down larger prey, such as buffalo. These animal fights are true spectacles of cooperation and intelligence, showing how each movement is calculated to ensure survival. In addition to ambushing, group hunting is a common strategy among predators such as wolves and orcas. They use the strength of numbers to surround and isolate their prey, transforming hunting into a battle in the animal kingdom, where coordination is essential. Imagine a pack of wolves silently moving through the forest, surrounding an elk. Each wolf knows its role, transforming the hunt into a precise and deadly choreography. It is one of the greatest fights and battles between animals, where intelligence and organization stand out. On the other hand, solitary predators, such as leopards, rely on stalking, silent pursuit to get close to their prey. They move with an almost supernatural grace, using every muscle to minimize noise and avoid detection. It's a constant fight for survival, where the slightest failure can mean a day without food. These behavioral strategies demonstrate how every predator in the animal kingdom has evolved to exploit specific weaknesses in their prey, making each encounter an epic battle in the wild animal zone. Within the animal world, sensory enhancements are powerful weapons in the fight for survival. predators like owls have exceptional night vision and silent flight, allowing them to hunt with precision in the dark. Imagine an owl gliding above the forest, its eyes capturing every subtle movement of small prey below. This sensory capacity has turned owls into ruthless nocturnal hunters, capable of overpowering their victims without alerting other predators. Keen hearing is another vital sensory advantage. For example, wolves can hear sounds over impressive distances, allowing them to locate prey or pack members across vast expanses of terrain. In an Animal Kingdom documentary, you can see how these auditory skills translate into effective hunting strategies, where sound becomes a tool for both coordination and detection. This turns every hunt into a meticulously planned battle, where predators use every available sensory advantage to dominate their animal zone. Smell also plays a crucial role. Bears, with their incredible sense of smell, can detect a carcass from miles away. Imagine the precision with which they track their prey, each step guided by clues invisible to the human eye. These enhanced senses are true superpowers in the wild, allowing the world's largest animals to become efficient and feared hunters. Thus, the biggest fights and battles between animals often begin long before the first visual contact, with predators tracking their prey through their heightened senses. In the animal world, many animals have developed the ability to camouflage themselves or imitate other species to avoid predators. Imagine a chameleon, master of camouflage, who changes color to blend in with the environment. This talent is vital in dense vegetation zones, where the ability to disappear can be the difference between life and death. Camouflage allows these animals to become practically invisible, avoiding the biggest fights and battles in the animal kingdom by simply not being detected. Another fascinating example is the stick insect, which resembles a dry twig. It goes unnoticed by many predators, ensuring its survival in an animal world full of threats. Mimicry is a sophisticated tactic that confuses even the most attentive predators. Also, think about butterflies that display patterns that mimic the eyes of larger predators, scaring away potential threats. These practical examples show how appearance can be a powerful defense. These defense strategies are not only fascinating, but also essential for survival in an environment where every encounter can be a matter of life and death. When watching a documentary about the animal kingdom, pay attention to these incredible details of camouflage and mimicry. They illustrate the ingenuity of animals fighting to avoid capture. The greatest battles are often not visible, occurring at the level of perception and deception, making the wild animal zone a theater of invisible and ingenious strategies. In the animal world, speed and agility are essential characteristics for the survival of many prey species. Consider the example of the gazelle, which uses its incredible speed and unpredictable movements to escape attacks from predators such as lions and cheetahs. These animals rely on their ability to move quickly in a zigzag pattern, confusing their pursuers and narrowly escaping the sharp claws of their hunters. These animal fights are true spectacles of dexterity and resistance. Another impressive example is that of the rabbit, whose powerful legs allow quick and long jumps. When threatened, the rabbit can bolt in a series of erratic jumps, making it a difficult target to capture. This agility is a critical evolutionary adaptation, ensuring that even small animals can survive in a world fraught with danger. In documentaries about the animal kingdom, it is common to see these dramatic escapes, where each movement is a desperate dance for life, reflecting the intense competition in the wild animal zone. In addition to escaping predators, speed and agility are used in other contexts in the animal kingdom, such as searching for food and competing for territories. Falcons, for example, dive at high speeds to capture smaller birds in mid-flight. These aerial clashes are some of the most impressive battles recorded in the animal world, showing how speed is a determining factor in the biggest fights between predators and prey. In every encounter, agility can be the fine line between life and death. In the fascinating animal world, group living offers significant protection for many prey species. Think about zebras, which live in large herds. When threatened by predators, such as lions, they move in unison, creating a whirlwind of stripes that confuses their hunters. This collective strategy turns each attempted attack into one of the biggest fights and battles in the animal kingdom, where the strength of the group is the key to survival. Another notable example is fish that form dense schools. These schools function as a cohesive unit, changing direction synchronously to avoid predators. When a shark attacks, the fish scatter in different directions, confusing the predator and increasing their chances of escaping. This behavior is not only an effective defense tactic, but also one of the most striking scenes in the Animal Kingdom documentary, highlighting the complexity of interactions in the wild animal zone. Living in a group also provides advantages beyond defense against predators. Animals like elephants, which form family groups led by a matriarch, demonstrate how social cohesion can be fundamental to survival. They look out for each other, especially the young and old, ensuring that the entire herd stays strong and united. These social dynamics are practical examples of how group living in the animal kingdom not only protects, but also strengthens and educates, creating a support system that is crucial in some of the greatest struggles for survival. In the animal world, territorial disputes often result in intense physical confrontations. Think about bears, which use their brute strength and sharp claws to fight for dominance over a territory. These animal fights can be brutal and bloody, with each bear trying to overpower the other to gain access to vital resources like food and shelter. It's a true battle of the animal kingdom where only the strongest prevail. Elephants are also known for their territorial confrontations. Males, in particular, use their enormous tusks to fight each other in duels that can last for hours. These clashes are not just demonstrations of strength, but also of resistance and strategy. In documentaries about the animal kingdom, these scenes are shown as spectacles of pure power, where each movement can decide the fate of a competitor. These impressive battles are some of the largest fights recorded in the animal world. In addition to large mammals, smaller species such as crabs also engage in physical confrontations. They fight for territories on the beaches, using their powerful pincers to defend and attack. These battles may seem less dramatic at first glance, but they are equally important in the context of their lives. Each fight represents a chance for survival and reproduction, reflecting the raw and unforgiving reality of the wild animal zone. In all these disputes, strength and determination are tested to the limit. In the intriguing animal world, not all territorial disputes lead to physical confrontations. Many animals use display behaviors to intimidate their rivals and avoid violence. Think of gorillas, who beat their chests and roar loudly to assert their dominance. These acts of bravery not only demonstrate strength, but also send a clear warning to intruders. This territory already has an owner. This tactic is an effective way to resolve disputes without engaging in potentially dangerous animal fights. Another fascinating example is peacocks, which display their exuberant tails to impress rivals and attract mates. Rather than engaging in physical battles, peacocks rely on the display of their colorful feathers to establish social hierarchies and avoid confrontations. This visual display is a form of communication that highlights the complex dynamics of the animal kingdom. Every flick of their tails is a reminder that sometimes appearance can be a powerful weapon in the wild animal zone. Even deer use display behaviors during mating season. They engage in simulated fights, where they lock their antlers and measure strength without causing serious injury. These displays of power and resistance help to establish hierarchies and select the best males for reproduction. In animal kingdom documentaries, these interactions are shown as battles of intelligence and skill, where strategy can be as important as physical strength. These most impressive fights, recorded in the animal world, reveal that sometimes the greatest show of strength is the one who avoids the fight. In the animal world, competition between males to secure the right to mate is intense and fascinating. Deer, for example, engage in epic battles during mating season. With their antlers intertwined, they fight for hours, trying to take down and subdue their opponent. These animal fights are not only displays of strength, but also of endurance and strategy. Each victory not only guarantees the right to mate, but also solidifies the dominant position in the group. Rams are another classic example of this competition. They collide heads with impressive force in a series of attacks that can last until one of the competitors gives way. These confrontations are true battles of the animal kingdom, where each ram uses strength and resistance to prove its worth. In animal kingdom documentaries, these scenes are captured in detail, showing the intensity and ferocity of these competitions. It is one of the greatest fights and battles between animals, where victory means the continuity of their lineage. In addition to mammals, birds such as roosters also participate in intense mating competitions. Roosters fight with their sharp spurs, trying to injure and intimidate their rivals. These battles can be quick and brutal, with each rooster trying to assert its superiority clearly and decisively. In the wild animal zone, these fights are essential to natural selection, ensuring that only the strongest and fittest males can pass their genes to the next generation. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world reveal the intensity and importance of these competitions for the survival of species. In the intriguing animal world, female choice plays a crucial role in determining the best mates for reproduction. Females often watch animal fights between males to decide who has the best genetic qualities. In the case of deer, the female chooses the winning male, ensuring that her offspring will inherit genes from a strong, dominant father. This selection is an evolutionary strategy that promotes the survival of the fittest in the animal kingdom. In addition to physical fights, females also evaluate other signs of fitness. Peacocks, for example, display their lush tails to impress females. The complexity and beauty of feathers are indicative of good health and good genes. Females choose males with the most impressive tails, thus promoting desirable traits in the population. These mating rituals are fascinating documentary spectacles of the animal kingdom, where aesthetics become a powerful weapon in the wild animal zone. Another interesting strategy is observed in some species of songbirds, where females choose males with the best songs. Complex and melodious singing is a sign of intelligence and skill. At each meeting, the female evaluates not only the strength and health, but also the male's ability to adapt and creativity. These choices directly influence the evolution of the species, ensuring that only the best genes are passed on. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world are often just a prelude to the real battle of selection, taking place in the minds of females. In the vast animal world, some predators exert a profound influence on their ecosystems and are known as keystone species. Let's take wolves as an example. By hunting deer and other herbivores, they keep prey populations in balance, preventing overgrazing and promoting healthy vegetation. Without these predators, ecosystems can become unbalanced, leading to a cascade of negative effects. The animal fights involving these predators are not just battles for individual survival, but rather battles of the animal kingdom that maintain natural balance. Another striking example are large cats, such as lions, which regulate populations of large herbivores in the African savanna. Their presence keeps the ecosystem diverse and balanced, influencing the distribution and behavior of other species. When lions hunt buffalo, the dynamics of the wild animal zone are visibly impacted. These larger fights between predators and prey are essential to the health of the ecosystem, demonstrating the importance of predators as guardians of biodiversity. The conservation of these key species is vital for the sustainability of ecosystems. Conservation programs that focus on protecting predators like wolves and lions have broad effects, benefiting many other species and habitats. In animal kingdom documentaries, we can see how the reintroduction of wolves to areas where they were previously extinct has revitalized ecosystems, bringing balance and prosperity. Protecting these species is ensuring that the greatest fights and battles between animals continue to play their essential role in maintaining wildlife. In the context of the animal world, the conservation of key species is of crucial importance for the maintenance of ecosystems. Protecting predators like wolves and big cats is not just about saving these individual species, but also about preserving the entire web of life that depends on them. These predators regulate prey populations and help maintain biodiversity. When we talk about animal fights, we are often referring to battles in the animal kingdom that have profound and far-reaching implications for environmental health. The reintroduction of wolves to Yellowstone National Park is a prime example of the positive effects of conservation. Prior to their reintroduction, the absence of wolves led to an uncontrolled increase in deer populations, causing overgrazing and habitat degradation. With the return of wolves, not only have deer populations been controlled, but there has also been a revitalization of vegetation, increased species diversity, and even improvements to waterways. The greatest fights and battles between predators and prey have restored the natural balance in the wild animal zone. Conserving these species also requires combined global and local efforts, including habitat protection, anti-poaching, and environmental education. In documentaries about the animal kingdom, we see the importance of these initiatives, showing how the preservation of predators has a positive ripple effect on the entire ecosystem. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world are often testimony to a balanced system where each species plays its role. Protecting these predators is essential to ensure that these natural dynamics continue to benefit the planet. In the incessant evolutionary cycle of the animal world, predators and prey are constantly adapting and counter-adapting, resulting in a true natural chess game. Predators develop new hunting techniques, and prey animals, in turn, improve their defenses. Take the example of poisonous snakes and their fangs. While snakes evolve more potent toxins and more effective attack techniques, prey evolve resistance to venom or more sophisticated evasion strategies. These animal fights reflect a biological arms race in the animal kingdom. Another fascinating example is insects that develop advanced camouflage to avoid predators. Think of the leaf butterfly, whose appearance resembles a dry leaf, confusing predators and escaping the clutches of death. In response, predators, such as birds, develop keener vision to detect these visual tricks. These adaptations and counter-adaptations are a continuous spectacle of evolution, where each improvement leads to a new challenge, creating the greatest fights and battles between animals in their daily fight for survival. These evolutionary interactions also drive speciation, where new species arise from these adaptive pressures. In the wild animal zone, this process results in an incredible diversity of life, each species adapted to its unique niche. In documentaries about the animal kingdom, it is possible to observe how this evolutionary arms race shapes the behaviors and characteristics of species. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world are living testaments to a complex evolutionary dance, where each movement is a response to millions of years of selective pressures. In the animal world, the phenomenon of speciation is a fascinating process where new species emerge as a result of constant evolutionary pressures. Imagine a group of birds that are separated by a geographic barrier, such as a mountain or river. Over time, each group develops distinct characteristics, adapting to specific environments. These accumulated differences can lead to the formation of new species, each adapted to its own niche. This speciation process is a direct consequence of animal struggles and the selective pressures they face. A classic example is that of Darwin's finches in the Galapagos Islands. Each island is home to finch species with different beak sizes and shapes, adapted to the varied food sources available. These birds exemplify how adaptation to local conditions can result in an impressive diversity of life forms. In animal kingdom documentaries, these speciation stories are told in rich detail, showing how the greatest fights and battles between animals drive biological diversity in the wild animal zone. In addition to birds, insects such as butterflies also exhibit speciation processes. Different populations can specialize on different host plants, leading to evolutionary divergence. These new species continue to face and overcome challenges in their environment, perpetuating the cycle of adaptation and evolution. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world often involve these new competitors, each bringing unique evolutionary innovations to the natural arena. Speciation, therefore, is not just a biological phenomenon, but an ongoing celebration of life adapting and diversifying. In the animal world, the clash between lions and buffaloes is one of the most epic battles in the animal kingdom. Lions, social hunters par excellence, use group hunting tactics to overcome the buffalo's formidable defenses. They spread out in formation, slowly surrounding their chosen prey. Cooperation and communication within the lion pride are crucial to the success of the hunt. This coordinated strategy turns the hunt into a true choreography, where each movement is planned and executed with precision. Buffaloes, on the other hand, rely on their strength and numbers to defend themselves. When threatened, they form a defensive circle, with the larger males in the front line, protecting the more vulnerable members of the herd. This collective defense tactic creates a considerable challenge for the lions, who need to isolate a buffalo from the group's protection. In animal kingdom documentaries, these scenes are shown as epic battles, where brute force and strategy meet in the wild animal zone. The lions try to wear down the chosen buffalo, attacking in turns to weaken it. The hunt can last for long periods, testing the resistance of both predators and prey. When they finally manage to take down a buffalo, the reward is great, providing food for the entire group. The greatest fights and battles between these animals are impressive demonstrations of adaptation and survival, reflecting the harsh reality of life in the animal world. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world often involve these titanic combats, where victory depends on strength, strategy, and endurance. In the fascinating animal world, the buffalo's defense against lions is an impressive example of collective strategies. When a pride of lions decides to attack, the buffaloes immediately regroup, forming a defensive circle with the strongest individuals on the periphery and the most vulnerable in the center. This formation is an effective tactic for protecting the herd, making it difficult for the lions to isolate a single buffalo. These animal fights are true battles of the animal kingdom, where the unity and strength of the group are tested to the limit. Buffaloes are not just passive in their defense. They use their brute strength and sharp horns to fend off predators. On many occasions, dominant males attack lions, trying to drive them away with direct attacks and intimidation. These actions are seen in documentaries from the animal kingdom, showing the bravery and determination of buffaloes to protect their companions. These biggest fights and battles between wild animals are moments of high tension, where each attack can be decisive for the survival of the herd. In addition to physical strength, buffaloes rely on their endurance and ability to coordinate group movements. They can move quickly, maintaining defensive formation while moving to safer areas. This ability to organize and react collectively is crucial to their survival in the wild animal zone. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world often capture these moments of defense where group unity and individual determination combine to resist threats from predators. In the majestic animal world, the confrontation between an eagle and a snake is one of the most exciting and dangerous battles in the animal kingdom. Eagles, with their keen vision, can spot a snake from great distances. They use their flight ability to strategically position themselves above their prey. With a quick and precise dive, the eagle attacks, its sharp claws ready to immobilize the snake. This aerial attack is an impressive display of precision and strength, highlighting the eagle's innate ability to hunt. Snakes, in turn, are not easy prey. Many species have potent venom as a last line of defense. When an eagle approaches, the snake prepares to bite, trying to inject its venom and ward off the predator. This duel is a true test of speed and reflexes. In Animal Kingdom documentaries, these animal fight scenes are captured in detail, showing the tension and intensity of each movement. The biggest fights and battles between these wild animals are moments of pure adrenaline, where every second is crucial. In addition to their offensive abilities, eagles also demonstrate intelligence and caution. They know that a single mistake can be fatal, so they often attack repeatedly, wearing the snake down until it is exhausted. This strategy of successive attacks reduces the risk of being bitten. These aerial battles are examples of how adaptability and intelligence are vital in the wild animal zone. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world often show these interactions, where the fight for survival is fought with a combination of skill, patience, and bravery. In the challenging animal world, snakes' venomous defense against eagle attacks is a fascinating example of survival. Snakes, equipped with sharp fangs and potent venom, are formidable adversaries. When an eagle attacks, the snake coils and raises its head, ready to bite. The snake's venom can paralyze or even kill, turning each aerial attack into one of the biggest fights and battles between animals. These fights are true demonstrations of strategy and courage in the animal kingdom. In addition to venom, snakes use their agility to escape eagle attacks. They can move quickly to avoid the predator's sharp claws. This maneuverability is crucial in a confrontation where speed is essential for survival. In documentaries about the animal kingdom, these scenes are captured clearly, showing each tense and calculated movement. The wild animal zone is a stage where every battle is a test of skills and adaptability, and the fight between snake and eagle is a perfect example of this. Snake resistance is not just limited to active defense. They also use camouflage to avoid being detected by eagles. Many documentaries on the animal kingdom show how snakes hide among leaves and branches, making it difficult for eagles to locate them. This combination of venomous defense, agility, and camouflage makes snakes respectable adversaries. The most impressive fights recorded in the animal world highlight these defense tactics, revealing the complexity and ingenuity of survival strategies in the wild. Now that you've explored the complexities and wonders of the animal world, it's time to reflect on what you've learned. The greatest fights and battles between animals show us the essence of survival and the beauty of adaptation. Think about how each predator and prey uses their unique skills to thrive in the wild animal zone. These stories inspire us to face our own challenges with courage and strategy. What lessons of resilience and determination can you take from these epic battles? Let these stories be a reminder that just as animals fight for their survival, we too can overcome our daily obstacles. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to continue exploring the wonders of the animal kingdom and learn more about the most impressive fights recorded in the animal world. Together, we will discover and celebrate the greatest struggles and battles that nature has to offer. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like until our next meeting.